Hello and welcome in the new week. We are starting a new episode of 0 to 1 million per year, trading NASDAQ, trading stock markets, scalping NQ on 1 minute time frame. And if you are new to the series, please do watch the introduction video that is in the link will be in the description of this video below, because it will tell you about the plan, about the math behind the idea, and everything you need to know to follow the series. So highly recommended. Today is Monday. As I checked just before the stream, there are no news today. So we have just some Fed representative speeches, and that is really it. The market is opened right now. It's going up. We opened at a massive weekly opening up. And also, let me just draw this correctly. And also a massive gap in comparison to the close on Friday. So doesn't seem like we are going to close this, but let's give it a few minutes and we'll see what's going on. Markets are open right now. It's been like 10-12 minutes of trading, so we are allowed to enter trades now. We'll see if we can get and find something interesting. I just want to have it correctly drawn on the chart. I think we opened here. This is massive gap. Absolutely massive. Is this correct? Yes. So this was the 29. This was the 930 candles. So it needs to go to here. Okay. So this gap is, look at that. This gap is huge, 25,200 to 25,537. Yeah, so let's see if we can trade through this. Doesn't look like that from the daily chart, to be honest, because we traded down. We had the weekly sell candle here, so almost marked the top, and we rolled over, consolidated for a little bit, and then dropped down, took down this liquidity, created the what's it called, the reversal candle, and now moving up. So we'll see how it works. Now let's take it away from the charts and let's see what is going on in the 1 minute chart. The weekly opening gap high is here. I hope you can see it. Here, this is the high. Again, the low is down here. This is the low, this is the high, and this is the midpoint of the gap. So again, long way to go. We basically opened higher, traded to the midpoint of the gap, and then shoot to the upside. So let's see if we have now, if we are working at volume imbalance again on the daily chart. Let's see if we do have the first presented, first fair value gap, first presented fair value gap. So this is the open candle. We're going up. I thought there's going to be something here, but nothing. Between this and this candle, nothing. Between this candle and this, nothing. Nothing. Wow. So this could be actually the first first presented fair value gap here. Within that fair value gap from 6th November. I wonder if this gap is closed now. This was 6th November. I don't think this is closed now. So let's see, 20 seconds to go. Okay, it seems like we will have the first gap somewhere here. Okay, so let's mark this as first gap. And today is 10th. I had 2 days break, so I did not trade on Thursday and Friday. Had some other things to do. 10 November. Okay, what is going on here? Now we need to know where the liquidity is, because right now I am looking on the 5-minute chart. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, I marked this order block here. Look how perfect the trading opportunity here was in this vicinity. Boom. Nice drop of this order block. So these gaps are closed now. We have this void here. And this is definitely bullish. We broke the structure here. It's moving up now. This was old order block, but it's done its job, so I need to delete that. We have this void here, which is basically no price action, just pure drop to the downside. That was on Thursday. So let me mark the midpoint of this candle. This is going to be our previously bearish order block, let's say. Definitely some major liquidity above these highs, so we may want to take this liquidity. Okay, we are bouncing off the first presented fair value gap as we speak. So let's say liquidity, where is liquidity? This is going to be by side, and this was created on the 5th November by side. Okay, so we are dropping a little bit right now. So this was actually we have this high here as well. So let's move this. So these are equal highs here. Did not notice that. This is going to be our major downside. And this is within this fair value gap here. Above we've got this nice liquidity here, major buy side from 30th of October as well. So we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here, we have some liquidity here as well, but I do expect at least a little bit of bounce here. We are working these lows, and we still have this liquidity void here. And those are now closed. Let's remove them. They are cluttering our chart. We need to move our all-time highs. This has been worked, tested, and I think our all-time highs now is here, if I'm correct. Now this is major cluster here. We have this gap here, we close the gap, we just dropped straight through it. Now we are wondering if we are testing the lows or something else is going to happen. Now on the 5 minute on the downside, I've broken the structure here. This is a nice move. So I did not trade here 6th October, that was Thursday. And I did not trade on Friday, and we were moving down as well. Okay. Nice V-shaped reversal. This is crazy. Liquidity taken here. Wow. So on the 5 minute, let me actually put it on all my charts. This will be as well. So in terms of liquidity here, let's take a look. So we have created some gaps on the 5 minute. I'm just going through the price action simply because there is something going on around 586 level. So we have those two big wicks, and now we are kind of bouncing off it. 5. What's going on in this area? I may not have this level on the chart for whatever reason. Gaps. So we have the gap on the 5 minute. We broke through here, and now I wonder if we are going to accumulate on this gap. Okay, so we had some highs here. Liquidity has been taken to the upside. Usually, if we have the two gaps, then we normally accumulate here for a move to the upside. But let's see what's gonna happen. We do have liquidity closer to us on 5 minute chart is visible. It's going to be a sell side. This is 10th November. Is it London? London highs, London lows are here. So the highs has been taken. London lows are here. So I want to have it on the chart. So this is sell side. And what did I do? November. And I want this to be here. Layout and sync in layout. Okay, that candle looks like it did some damage here, but the body stays above that. Yeah, we may actually want to enter here, to be honest. We'll take the shot here. Let's see. 1 minute trade. So let's see if this is going to materialize in anything. We did create a nice bounce. Well, it may go a little bit down. If it starts going below this candle, then I think I want to be out of the trade anyway. But let's see if we can get a little bit more. It is at 11, 51, 20 points. Oh, that would be a nice trade. Let's see. It may spend a little while here. I could have entered a little bit lower around that gap, whatever. Let's chill, see where we're going with this. We're going somewhere. Hopefully it will cooperate with us today. Or not. Okay, there is a first presented fair value gap just above us here. So I am worried we may actually bounce to go down to the downside. But we'll see. We will see. Nice little gap here. All I want is 20 points for Christmas. This looks good, but let's see what's gonna happen, how it is going to react. 10 points. I'll be quick to move my stop to break even. It starts falling. I want a little bit more out of it. I am afraid this first presented fair value gap may actually reject it, but let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So quick trade, let me make sure I'm flat. How many points did we get? Started 612 to, this is an order block. If we go down, 612 to 631. What is it, 20? I'm a little bit. 30 to 12, yeah, it's 20 points. Could have waited, didn't want to. This order block. Here, let's see if, okay, we are moving higher. 20 points, good. First trade, 20 points. Quick trade, very relaxed, very nice. The rationale behind that trade, very easy. I noticed first runaway gap. It moved above the second gap, created second gap. We moved and tested this gap with a big wick. Okay, it was moving up here. I entered a little bit late, must admit, 612. So 612 is here. Could have entered here, could have entered in the middle of that gap as well. Okay, that would be a better entry. But nonetheless, we got 20 points, nice little quick scalp. And let's see what else we can get. And that, which is good. So what was I doing? I was marking the liquidity to the downside. So those are the two levels of liquidity. This one and this one. This is to the downside. Let's mark 10 a.m. on it. Oh, it's almost 10 a.m. Okay, so I wonder if this is going to dump from here. Have some divergence probably. In the 1 minute, definitely divergences. On the other side, so let's see, 10 o'clock, everything can happen. Maybe 10 a.m. reversal. Although it would be weird with those two gaps on the 5 minute. But let's see. Okay, we have this void. Remember, we have this massive void. It's even more prominent on the 15-minute chart. Just my chart. 15-minute chart. So let's take a look at the 15-minute chart while we wait on what's gonna happen in the 1 minute. Okay, so now we are bouncing off the first presented fair value gap on the 1 minute. Let's see if it can hold. It is promising. It's definitely promising. That liquidity close to us, that massive gap, the weekly opening gap, this area here looks like, I mean, come on, okay, that has to be taken. So to the short side, potentially this could be the entry. I don't know. Well, the 5-minute doesn't indicate the move to the downside, but you never know. There is a sell candle coming on the 5-minute as well, so we'll see. Although if you look at the 15-minute chart, again, we broke the structure, so we may actually want to retest something. Maybe take, what is it? This order block. This was the order block just before the breakout. And also we have the support line here. So that would be a nice area for a bounce if we go down from here. Don't know, we'll see. We are working at weekly opening gap, massive weekly opening gap, the midpoint of it. I think we are above and bouncing off the midpoint as we speak. Let's take a look. Yep, exactly the midpoint here. Interesting. So let's take a look. Liquidity here, some liquidity here, that massive void, okay, that needs to be closed. There was just price action to the downside, no price action to the upside. So that's why I am interested in, on the 15-minute, this area here, this order block. If we can get to this area, I would expect some kind of bounce to the downside. 15-minute and 5-minute. Unless we like stop somewhere here, consolidate, and then move to the upside, then we will probably break through it. There is another order block here, but just look at these gaps. One gap, second gap, third massive gap. So this will need to be balanced at some point. We worked this gap now, so we have the price delivery to the downside. Now we have the price delivery to the upside. We also created the gap. It looks like it wants to go to the upside, to be honest. The next gap, small gap, is here. And the next one up, this was the runaway gap. So the price ran away from here, created second gap. Wow, there was no consolidation. The first quick bounce was here. Moved down, sharp drop, and then moved even lower. So now we created a lot of gaps. This gap closed now. A lot of gaps. Look at this order block here. If we get here, wow. And that would be a nice area. Okay, so we know we've got this gap here. We know we have order block here. There is this small gap here. I will actually keep it like that. We do have a gap here. The RSI has some bearish divergences here. I think they are negated now. Okay. So we have this. We have another gap here. So it looks strong actually, creating all these gaps. I think it wants to close this void. If we move to the downside, then we've got this void here. The last up candle on the daily chart. Well, did we break the structure? Well, technically we did break the structure on the 1 day time frame. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is just hanging in there. Okay. What's going on here on the 1 minute? Let's not miss any trades. Okay, so this is 6th November, this is 10th November gap. We do know we are above the midpoint of this pretty much volume imbalance and the weekly opening gap from 27th, which has been worked up and down. So we may expect this week opening gap to be worked up and down at some point in the future as well. What's going on here? Higher high? Could this be lower high? First lower high, maybe break of structure and then move to the downside. Seems like we are bullish for now, so this is just an idea. That is if we see a follow-up. Still within the 10 a.m. macro. The macro is ending here, 10:10. So we may be accumulating and then shoot one way or another. To be honest. Okay. I remember one in chart, yes. We do have the opening range gap from the 6th of November, and I do believe this gap is not closed at all. Not at all. And within that gap, we have that small gap on the 15-minute chart. So you might be actually going after this gap first, whatever happens next. Let's see. Okay, so we are accumulating of the edge of this gap right now. We are certainly in the premium of this move. My charts of this order level. Here is REMA. Where is VWAP? VWAP is down here. Okay. So it shows us, it looks like it wants to roll over. Okay, doji on the 5-minute and sell candle, which is interesting. So let's see. Okay, 10 a.m. macro ended. So we may see a move now. Question is the downside or upside. We are above the first presented fair value gap. I only had one small coffee today. Maybe not enough for trading. Okay. Sell candle coming up next as well. RSI has plenty of space to go, but has been creating those bear divergences. And we are still within that field, so could that be a liquidity grab? Potentially. What's the volatility on the 2-minute chart? Didn't check this. 23. Okay. Okay. Is there any liquidity on the 1-minute chart here from this previous price moves? Let's take a look. The price is right now here and it seems like it's dropping a little bit. Maybe we had a little bit of liquidity here. Nothing really. It's 673. So maybe actually leaving this for later. Okay, quite strong rejection candle on the 5-minute. Reset chart view. What are you doing? We've been going up and up. This was the beginning of the session. No break of structure just yet. Still bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart. That can easily change. For now, at least that's the view. Okay, so let's read between the lines. 5-minute, still above the 2 gaps. Maybe just drop for a deeper discount. 1-minute. So again, technically we went below these lows, that's technically, but still, to be honest, above. We are exploring this first gap here, but not that I want to enter any trades on it. In the meantime, while we wait, let's take a look at some news this week. This week, just US. So nothing today. Tuesday. Employment change, medium impact, some speeches. Wednesday. Speech. So all speeches. Thursday, it seems like we have CPI, okay. So we've got consumer price index on Thursday. This is a high impact news. And on Friday, we have PPI, producer price index, and retail sales. So Thursday and Friday news, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing really. So we'll see if we just bounce around or create something meaningful out of that reversal candle on the daily chart. It looks interesting. See, on the daily chart, we balance this volume imbalance. Okay, so I told you at some point we're gonna have to have the pass to the downside, which we did, this body, and then we have to have the pass to the upside. Okay, so I think this can count. Okay, so we drop down and then we move to the upside here. So I think I will delete that, to be honest. Or I will just not extend it. And do this. So we know it's here, but it doesn't clutter our chart. This one, still no pass through with the bodies. Okay, it seems like we are going to the downside, so let's move this away. So what we see here, okay, still created relatively higher high. We broke these lows by a tick, and I think this gives a signal to the algorithm that we might be going down. Then we moved up, and we have this, look at that, this order block. Now my favorite entry is of the midpoint of that order block. Okay. Which is a little bit higher, so it did not give me my ideal entry. But to be honest, you could enter anywhere from here. I did not watch this price action. Maybe if I saw that, it's not correct line. This line, isn't it? Okay, so the bottom of the order block, this one here, is here, and look at that. No bodies go above this order block. So So we have one candle, second candle. I guess you could take some risk here. So this broke this low. What would be the trade here? 30 points, nice. Okay. Okay, so let's try and focus on the charts now, see what is going on here and try to read between the lines. It's an important skill when you are trading NASDAQ, scalping on 1 minute, because it doesn't necessarily give you all the information you want on a silver platter. By the way, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is ICT silver bullet. Now I am not adept in this trading style just yet, so I cannot comment, to be honest, if there is a silver bullet opportunity here. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but we still have some time till 11 a.m. Bearish divergences on the 1 minute. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Higher. Midpoint of that candle now. Still that gap above us. In the 5 minute, it just looks like accumulation to go to the upside, to be honest. The top of this order block. Well, we really shouldn't go above the mean threshold here, so yeah, but this order block has done its job. Now we have the midpoint of that rejection candle here. Above the gap. I'm not looking, to be honest, for a trade to the downside here. I'm just pointing the levels. Boom. Okay. So now let's see if we can work this gap. Thinking layout. So this is the 15-minute gap within the opening range gap. The 5 minutes certainly looking bullish with the RSI over bot area. This actually indicates bullishness. By the way, on the 1-day chart, have this up candle here after breaking these lows. So it may be that we will trade up to here somewhere and reject to the downside, potentially. It's the weekly. Wow, look at that weekly sell candle. It's crazy. Oops. And by the way, we have this week. It's too great. This is massive weekly volume imbalance as well. This is daily and weekly. Okay, so in terms of the month, we have the C extension on this candle. So C extension quite important. This may create move to the downside, so could have been expected with the C candle on the monthly, with the weekly sell candle and B extension on the weekly. And I do believe we had the sell candle here. So yeah. Six. Nice move on those. What is going on here? Okay, 1030 initial balance set. So, oopsie. So let's mark this on our screen. We will move this to 11 a.m. macro right now. Starts here. This is the midpoint. We have some liquidity below these lows. Creating some sort of wedge. Well, that is a terrible price action. So let's just sit, watch, and enjoy. Absolutely nothing to do for us here. By the way, I am using Lucid trading accounts, and there is a link with a discount code in the video description of this video. I actually do believe they have introduced a new 25k account. Let's see. Trading. So When you use the link, it will apply the discount automatically. Use the link in the video description. What was this one? So this is 25k direct new plan, as you can see. The cost, I believe, with discount is 238. So I did not look at this plan just yet. So let's take a look. Max loss limit. Okay, so this is just 1000. So you need to be trading very small. Drawdown, end of day, daily loss limit. Lucid sale. Lucid scale. Okay. 22 minis they allow you. That's way too much. Minimum days to pay out 8, maximum accounts 5. Straight to funded. Is it a good deal? I mean, that's only 1000 account really, isn't it? You lose 1000 and that's it. It's not like it's 25k, obviously, just a marketing gimmick, but 1000 max loss. So let's say you are following this channel, so we are kind of making about 20 to 50 points per day. Losses are very small, so it's negligible apart from those 2 stupid trades I took. But you would need to be trading like the stop loss is normally, we are dropping. Nothing. The stop loss normal is like 20 to 40 points. So 40 points stop loss times 2 on 1 micro, then that's 80 per trade. You are risking 80 per trade, trading 1 micro. So if you were to trade 2 micros, then you are risking anything between $80 to $160 per trade. I guess that would be absolute maximum 2 micros. But this account really is only if you trade like 1 to 2 micros, to be honest. The one I recommend, and the one I am trading, is this one. Okay, check the price with my link. So I think you will get a little bit better price than this. But I paid, I think, less than $70 for this one. The reset fee is very good. So if you blow the account, the reset fee is $45. This is a one-time payment, guys, okay? If you go to Apex, I'm doing something. Nothing for us to do there. If we go, they've got 70% of evals, but 12 chance return trade event. Find these screens. This is the 50k. Okay, so this is a monthly charge. Okay, so even with 70% off, don't know, you do the math, but that's per month. Okay, plus if you pass the evaluation, then you need to pay activation fee, which is like $140. Okay, the promotional activation fee is only within the promotion time, which is you would have to pass in like 1 day. So for beginners, this is definitely not recommended right now. This one is you pay 1 time, you get the access to real-time data, even for $100, to be honest, if there is no further discount with my link. Pay this once, you can trade 1 micro or 2 micros to start with. If it takes you like 3 months, so be it, okay? Yeah, I'm not stressed about paying, you know, 30, 40, $50 every single month, plus on top the activation fee. If you pass this eval 2, 3, 5 months down the line, you don't pay the activation fee. Okay, see, the activation fee is free. That is why this is, because of that one-time payment, no activation fee, and it's end of day drawdown. End of day is basically, with Apex you get the trailing drawdown. So meaning basically if at any point your trade is like $1,000 in drawdown, that is going to be deducted from your max drawdown. Okay, while with this one, if you make some profits later on, then it will calculate basically your drawdown at the end of the day. Okay, so even if you make some losses and then you make some profits during the day, they will not count towards your drawdown. Okay, let's take a look what's going on here. Law of NASDAQ. It's Monday, no news. The news are coming on Thursday, Friday this week. I do not expect fireworks. It has moved a lot since we opened. So if you look at 15-minute chart, and this is the gap. Okay, so we closed the week here. This is the electronic trading hours on Friday. We reopened on Sunday here. And look at what happened. Okay, this is Asia, London, and now New York is, well, pretty much doing nothing. I don't like these long wicks of these lows, but maybe just accumulation. We had the breakaway gap here. We consolidated here, moved to the upside just after open, created another gap here. I think we may actually revisit this gap. 574. Let's take a look at 574, which is the midpoint on that gap. 574 is okay. This would be in the discount area of this entire move. See, so if we move anywhere below this level, so we'll delete that. 574 is here. The daily opening gap. This down candle here looks very, very promising. Take down these lows, get deeper discount, or maybe even somewhere here. 584 potentially. It's basically below the 0.5 level if it wants to go to the upside. 596. Let's take a look. 596. And this entire order block could be a bounce. I would potentially be interested in a bounce of this order block here to the long side. I would prefer this trade here. But let's watch how it works out. I will leave it like that. Okay, so what's going on here? Where is, okay, so this is our EMA. Quick bounce, maybe 10 points base hit. We are below the first presented fair value gap right now. I wonder if we can go back above. What is going on here? There is this wedge. We are kind of testing the bottom of it, but I don't trust this. So far 20 points winning trade. And since that last trade which we took, where did we take it? On the 1 minute, it was here. Okay, this was a trade of the 5-minute gap. Took the trade somewhere towards the top of this candle. For a 20-point winner. Exited somewhere here. A little bit late entry. Will be better somewhere below, somewhere. Tell you 601 exactly. So 601 would be here. Okay, so as we did this, and then this, 601 entry somewhere here. 4. I would probably be exiting somewhere within that vicinity anyway, so about 20 points. I would probably not risk going here. I mean, this is shitty price action, to be honest. Okay, so we are moving into that discount area right now. And I wonder if this is going to be... if this is going to be all we get to the upside today, and now we continue to the downside. We are still within the silver bullet range. Do we have any gaps here? There is a gap here, which is the first gap to be missed. Could this be a runaway gap? And could this be another gap? Let's see, we are approaching this deeper discount region. We have two gaps, we have an order block. And this is clearly break of structure. So move towards this level, I'd be interested in the short position. For now, I am interested in buying this. Simply because we are in the discount, right? And we have touched on that order block. This may be completely wrong, but I will still take this trade. Move to the trade screen. Was that a stupid idea? 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4. I don't really want. Okay. Okay, so this is the last chance for this order block to do its job. Certainly don't like this candle. Okay, if we don't immediately bounce from here, then it does not seem like my idea will work. We have a VWAP at 546. Oh goodness. No, this will liquidate me. Okay, I'm not gonna move my stop loss here, to be honest. There is the chance we will bounce from here, to be honest. And there is a chance we will bounce from here. I will actually place How are you doing? I will try this one more time. For a bounce. Simply because this order block here. This was one of the original ideas. Okay, we have this order block, last down candle here. So I want to see if we can bounce a little bit from here. It doesn't look like that though. It was quite a brutal drop. Yeah. This is the top of the gap, today's gap. I think it might be going after this liquidity here, below those lows. We are still within that order block on the 5 minute. I would like to see some bounce, 5 to 7. Just don't like these lows, 513, 504 is the liquidity. Maybe on the wrong side. Wow. I'd say here I entered too early. Why did I enter here? Yeah, see, this is the kind of trade I took previously, where we broke through, when we took down the liquidity here. Oh no, this was this order block, I think. Okay, I will analyze it in a second. Let's see what it wants to do here. Again, I don't really want to move my stop loss, but I am aware of this liquidity here. Maybe should move it. Look at that. This. Bit. I just don't want to get wicked here. I may regret this. $5.15, so took down these lows. This one still left. Let's see. This is our first level of liquidity. 0.5. Okay. I will add a little bit to this trade. If it stops me, then it stops me. But I want to have a chance in case this was the liquidity grab to exit here. Okay, I will sell part of my order for some profit. 503, 10 points. My entry was here, so hopefully we can. What was that? 550 level. It's quite high. Okay, we'll see. That gives me potential 5.5. And there is this liquidity here that I think it wants to grab. I will move below this liquidity here. Six. Four, five, six. Okay, there's definitely some liquidity here. I will need to work out this trade later. It takes this liquidity, I will buy. I am tempted to buy here, because it may be leaving this liquidity for later. It seems like it's a little bit too early just yet. Okay, order block on the 15-minute time frame tested perfectly. I mean really perfectly. Should have entered from there. Let's see what's gonna happen now. So my entry was for this trade here. I made 10 points on this trade. Here I added to the trade, I exited here, so 10 points here. I am hoping we can make at least 10 to 20 points on this one. I am worried about this order block we have coming up here, which again I don't like. This is also the low of the initial balance, which we are testing right now. 4, 4. I am counting a little bit on the RSI being overextended here, to be honest. So like a little bounce to the upside. Nothing spectacular, nothing major, but maybe like 550-ish, which would take me out of this trade. I mean, let's see. This gap here worries me a bit. I would like this to be basically moved through very soon. It's 11:10, so market should start moving again. And 11:30 is going to be a macro. The edge of this gap is also the initial balance low, which I don't like. If it spends time here, then I will probably have to exit the trade. Okay, working on gap, which is good. And we already have one. So that gap has been inverted. This is a runaway gap to the upside. Hopefully we can close this gap more higher. Let's see how this candle closes. Okay, we are exploring upper part of it, which is not bad. But we really need to start moving here. We really do need to start moving. I will probably be exiting somewhere here, to be honest. Unless it just shoots up. Okay, that gap closed, which is good. Because I was worried about this. Now, if it can give me like a massive fuck you candle here, that would be fantastic. Inversion. That would be nice of it. Come on, NASDAQ. Now we have a view up here as well. Just 453. Now this gap I want to stay open. That is perfect. I want to see more of this and then for the move to the upside. That is absolutely brilliant. If it can sustain it, obviously. Okay, midpoint of that gap. Not exploring the lower parts of it. Down candles, a order block. I may be seeing what I want to see as well. Because the 5-minute chart, on the other hand, tells a completely different story. So let's see which one wins the battle. Yeah, I don't like it. As long as it doesn't kind of go any further, the body is not closing within that gap. Let's give it a few minutes. Okay, 5 minutes is telling us it wants to go to the downside. Since we are bouncing off yeah. Gosh, that 1 minute looks good, the 5 minute looks terrible. So which one do we trust? Which one do we trust? Wait for the NASDAQ to make up its mind. 5 minute indicates we are going down. 1 minute, so far higher low. Maybe first indication to go to the upside. Let's see. Or just consolidation. close the gap. Yeah, that's done its job. So far midpoint of that order block and midpoint of the week. So still some hope, not a lot though. What time is it? Almost lunch macro. If it goes below, then clearly we are going down. So I will have to basically sell. Okay, I am thinking of reversing the trade right now. Hmm. My issue right now is basically I, if I want to limit losses from this trade, where do I put my stop loss? If I put it here, then we have this liquidity here, this liquidity here. So basically, a quick dump for these levels could spark the move up to the upside. So if I do this, it's like a sucker stop loss right now. If I put below this level, then I am extending my risk significantly. Let's see, I want this gap to be closed and move higher. That would give me some confidence. We are still within this order block here. Okay, the midpoint of that candle, we are working it. But we are also kind of accumulating of this fair value gap, which may be indication to go down. So if we do, that's quite tough. Tough decision to be made. 11:30. Very tough decision. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, at least this gap is now low. Well, not yet. Still can go down from here. Exactly. If it does, okay, this asks basically this liquidity calls for being taken. This here plus this one now. I wonder if NASDAQ is going to do the opposite or not. Let's try this. This is going to be tight stop. I'm trying to be patient with NASDAQ here. The problem is depending on which time frame you are looking at. 15-minute bullish, 5-minute bearish, 1-minute bearish. So the higher time frame is bullish, but I am aware of this liquidity here, the opening range gap, the weekly gap, everything is below us here. So I thought this is going to be a quick drop, but turned out to be quite a sizable drop. So I wonder if we can continue. I am ready to close this trade should it go in the other direction. If it dumped through these lows, it would be perfect. I'll take one part out here. Think I will also move to, okay, that's what we want. Nice. Okay, come on, get me out of this trade. Good, so we got what we wanted here, almost. Okay. So we are still negative for the day. About 30 points. About 30 points. This liquidity. I would want this to go up now. I will try to buy it here with stop loss here. Let's see if it can give us a little bit of just a little present. If not, then I guess that's okay. It could grab this liquidity. It would be nice. So let's see if it can do this for us. But if this candle close ugly, I may want to exit this trade altogether. Actually, the 5 minute has still 2 minutes to go, and we are working on the reversal candle. 11:40. Let's see how the 5 minute candle closes. If it's a reversal candle, then there is hope. One minute 40 seconds. That's the midpoint of the candle. Let's see if we can sustain this. Still 1 minute to go on the 5 minute candle. I think it still wants to dig deeper into that liquidity here. Interesting. We're working on a reversal candle right now. Okay, nice candle. In this order block, I am aware of it. I am hoping this is not the order block that will reject us, and that we can actually create another candle to the upside. Although if you look at this, there is no break of structure. We had break of structure here, but since then we are moving down. So maybe my hopes should not be too much. It's doing something. This is very unclean here. I would like these highs to be taken, which would bring us sort of I think if we go here, that would bring us break even on the day or something. I don't like ending up the day's red, but I guess today I think we're gonna have to. It's 1 minute on this 5-minute candle, and I am really hoping we can go above the previous 5-minute candle, which is really nice. I do like that candle. We tested the midpoint, even the lower quadrant of that wick. And I really want this to close green now. Let's see if it can give us what we want. 1 minute on this candle. We have what we wanted. Come on. I'm trying to be patient as possible. This candle, the 5-minute candle, starts to look good, but still have a minute to go. I would like this to close above these wicks. ideally 11 seconds on the 5-minute. Come on, NASDAQ. Ooh, that's ugly. That is ugly. That is very ugly. Maybe reversing this trade. What is going on here? Okay, I think I'm gonna reverse it here with that wick. Is this? Hey, if we go above that wick, I want to be out anyway. So let's see. It looks like it wants to dump hard now. Depends on which on which chart you are looking at. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this, to be honest. And just I'll see how the 5-minute candle closes. If it closes above the previous bodies, I may actually flip long. Just trying to catch the next move. I know that's not what I should be doing. Or I will just walk away. I mean, it has to do something soon. That's the one red candle, so on the 5 minutes, so it indicates we may be going down from here. My goodness. Or it's just going to flip-flop. Come on, NASDAQ, dump hard. What do we need? It's 40 points. We break even. Hmm. Wow, now it's working on the green candle again. Crazy. Okay, I think I'm gonna be out anyway of this trade. Okay, let's give it. Let's give it one more chance. We know where our stop loss is. We tested the week. We are working on a mega bullish candle. I would like all these, maybe these, to be taken. Let's see. Ideally, my stop loss would be maybe even somewhere here. This order book looks nice. A very small candle here. Gonna sell part of it now. Let's give it a second. Okay, still one part to go. I'll keep it for a while. Okay, so now we have a gap here, which is a runaway gap. And then we have a gap here. We kind of broke the structure. My stop is just, well, it should be a little bit lower, but I am hoping we can take this high. Maybe even target this order block here. My line here. Maybe even move higher. We'll see. Okay, so there is view up here in a way. Let's see if it causes us issues. Ready to close the trade 35 points. Yeah, let's close it today. Press the button. What's going on? What is going on? I love it. So am I in the trade or am I not? Something weird with the trade copier. The account should be flat. Okay. So I think we are flat now. And I think I'm gonna stop here for the day. We took the liquidity, we took this candle, just by a tick, but still. $15 looks bullish, 5-minute. Kind of broke the structure here on the 5-minute. The 1-minute undecided starts to look a little bit bullish. But I think I'm gonna end for the day today, guys. So overall on the day, unfortunately we are red and we are 30 points red. So ending the day 30 points red. So this is our first red day for a while now in terms of the points. But I don't want to push it. I am kind of thinking about lots of things here and I am a little bit distracted today. See, we touched this order block here. So now if we go above this order block, then I think we are bullish. Then we may reach higher, but this order block here is crucial. Okay, so we shouldn't really go above where we are now. Interesting. 5-minute looks decently bullish, strong candles, 40 seconds to close the candle, but we are touching on that gap here, which unfortunately is a runaway gap. Okay. Okay, so on the 1 minute, it seems like we are actually bouncing off that order block to go to the upside. I'm not gonna enter any additional trades today, but it seems like we want to go higher from here. Again, it's just so mixed signals today. The 15-minute chart looks good in terms of potential entry, so maybe that should be a chart to enter off today, because we dropped down, okay, and this was a last order block or order block before we broke the upside, okay. So the middle point of this order block, perfect entry. Of course, I was too quick to enter, but perfect entry to the upside. With the stop, would have to be below these lows. Let's give it like a few points. Nice trade. The 15-minute is pushing, the 5-minute is pushing through that gap. That's the midpoint of the gap, very important. So let's see what's gonna happen here. And I will also extend this gap because it is not closed yet. So we have to monitor it in the next sessions during this week. Okay, that's it for today. I'm not gonna enter any more trades. I will see you all tomorrow, ending the day 30 points red. To post it in the chat. I will be streaming tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Thank you and bye bye.